When someone is calling 211 for housing, they are feeling overwhelmed. They are feeling afraid. With families, their biggest fear is they don't want to be out in the streets with their children. My name is Wanda, and I am a community resource specialist with Impact 211. A community resource specialist is a person that assists people that call in looking for resources and referrals. Over the past year, we've been getting a lot of calls in regards to evictions and housing situations.
When a family calls 211, they take the first step to getting that first level assessment for what's going to resolve their housing crisis. My name is Emily Kenny. I'm the Director of Systems Change here at Impact. I think one of the myths out there is that help starts with emergency shelter. There is help that we can provide before having to go to emergency shelter. And one of those is homelessness prevention. We as a society, as a system, do not yet recognize housing as a human right. And so because we don't see housing as a right, then it is something to be earned. Even if they're working, it might not be enough to cover the full rent, or it might be 80% of their income toward rent and very little left over to pay for everything else that a family needs. Losing income due to COVID, being laid off because office is shut down, or because you're sick and have to stay home, that certainly has exacerbated this whole housing issue. The goal of United Way's Safe and Stable Homes initiative is to end family homelessness, and we're doing that through, first of all, creating partnerships. One is community advocates, and they provide both case management and financial assistance to families.
Community advocates has been at the forefront along with its partners and basically trying to stave off the next eviction crisis. We've served well over 4,000 individual families over this short period of time. When we have families that come through our doors that are experiencing challenges with employment and paying their utility bills, we work with them. We look at, again, we're looking at the whole household, we're looking at all of the challenges that they may face. Again, whether it's employment, utility, rental assistance. For things that we don't do in-house, we're going to make sure we link them with the services. We have partnerships with places like Employment Milwaukee that provide very intense case management and employment services. We make direct referrals over to those organizations. Families that maybe have faced an eviction, again, if it's at a point where it's at the court system, we work very closely with our partners at Legal Aid and Legal Action. So it's a true partnership. And again, the key is at the end of the day, we want to make sure those families are stable. And so whatever we need to do that, we will.
The Wisconsin Veterans Network is another partner, and they work also with families, specifically families who have a veteran in the household.
There is a myth that anyone who wore the uniform in any branch of the U.S. Armed Forces is qualified for a whole range of benefits, from housing to medical to energy assistance to anything else that a veteran might need and their family might need, and it is a myth. The Safe and Stable Homes funding grant that we received from United Way in 2020 has enabled us to help a number of families and individual veterans in Waukesha, Washington, and Ozaukee counties either find housing or remain stable in the housing they were in. In late 2020, we had a young veteran, 35 years old, he and his wife and 3 children, who he'd lost his job, and so they were homeless and sleeping in their car for a couple of days, and reached out to us. And we were able to use the Safe and Stable Homes funding from United Way to place them immediately into a hotel, get them off the street with a couple of rooms, while we worked with the Center for Veterans Issues on housing for them.
Impact is proud to partner with United Way in the Safe and Stable Homes initiative to really look at how do we make sure that everybody knows that there is help out there, and how do we then prevent people's homelessness, and if they do become homeless, rehouse them as quickly as possible. I honestly cannot I cannot think of a more important way to spend our time is to really be coming together around a community problem that shouldn't be a community problem anymore. We can do this, we can and we should. No family should be experiencing homelessness.